Alhaitham is weird, so I'm going to talk about him. Way back when his leaks originally surfaced, everyone was calling him Dendro Kaching, and that was pretty understandable. Their kits are virtually the same. Teleport skill, a large AoE slashing burst. Now he's out, people are calling him Dendro Child due to his high cooldowns. I think that's also justified. Alhaitham was, I would assume, planned to be the first main on-field DPS. Yeah, Tainara exists, and he is pretty strong, but he's more of a single target DPS due to how his charge shots work. Alhaitham is a Dendro sword user DPS. His skill gives him a Dendro infusion on his attacks, and he gets these light mirrors that perform coordinated attacks as he does his normal attacks. Pretty standard stuff. His burst is a series of Dendro attacks in a fixed area. The more mirrors he has, when he uses the burst, the longer it lasts, the more damage. He gets these mirrors by using his skill, with his first passive ability. Using a charge or plunging attack, these hand in hand make it easy to get 3 mirrors. Due to getting 2 from his ability if you have none already, on paper it seems alright, but I think this is where the bulk of his issue actually lies. The cooldown of this ability is a grand 18 seconds, and that's pretty high for most main DPS cooldowns. Considering how vital it is to his gameplay, it needs to be used a fair bit. And the passive he gets from his first ascension tries to fix this, in which doing a charge or plunging attack will give you 1 extra mirror, but that in itself has a 12-second cooldown. Again, pretty high. I am aware that you can keep, I believe, 100% uptime of at least 2 mirrors, but it's not easy. One solution to his cooldown is running the Sacrificial Sword. Its passive has a chance to reset the cooldown of your ability, but the downside is it's an energy recharge weapon, so using it loses the opportunity for more crit rate, crit damage, or elemental mastery, or vital things to his kit. Compare his cooldowns to that of Cyno, who has a different cooldown of its ultimate skill when used his burst. Cooldown is nearly perfectly timed to the reset of his quick time event to get the maximum damage. Granted, this is an example of it being a little too good because it's practically perfect, but it works well with his kit and it functions as it should with the DPS, unlike Alhaitham's. Using Alhaitham's burst with no mirrors does actually give you 3 mirrors, with 1 it gives you 2, and so on. This actually works pretty good, but in my opinion, if he is your main DPS and you're using his normal attacks, why would you use his burst with the max mirrors, only for it to take them away, and in turn take away your Dendro damage and bonus damage attacks? Using his ult with no mirrors makes it shorter and weaker, and because it's a fixed area, enemies can just stroll out of it, leaving your burst wasted. But wait, the poor design choices don't stop there, and no, his C1. Oh, his C1. His first constellation. When a projection attack hits an opponent, his ability cooldown is decreased by 1 second. This effect can be triggered every 1 second. Oh, this is pretty bad. Yeah, this is absolutely just bait to spend more money on the banner, but still, this seems way too vital to his gameplay to be behind a constellation. There should be a passive instead of the extra mirror on his first one. Yeah, he can function fine without it, but when using him in his story quest, this bonus was very noticeable. I could keep the mirrors up a lot longer. This is a similar thing to Tartaglia, who is notorious for having long cooldowns, maxing out at 45 seconds. I think I don't actually have him. If you don't maintain his melee and ranged stances well enough, these get pretty high, and his C1 decreases the cooldown of his skill by 20%. This is bait to spend more money, yes. Can he function without it? Yes. Is it vital to playing him? No. Tartaglia's cooldown scales with how long you stay in his melee stance. Alhaitham's cooldown is static, and it cannot be changed by something like that. Alhaitham was a character I was looking forward to. Aesthetically, he's one of my favourites. He's very visually appealing, but the fact his kit is so similar to another character's was disappointing, and his high cooldowns are far too punishing for what he was supposed to be, a fluent, on-field, multi-target DPS. Is he those things? Yes. But is it easy to maintain these? No. It's not. Is he bad? Certainly not. He's just quite punchy with the mechanics. Will I get him? Yeah, not a chance.